Good evening and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been with me before, my name is Stella. I actually learnt tarot during lockdown. I actually used playing cards because that's all I had in the house, and tarot actually originated from playing cards. I also draw some of my own cards, and they have been very well received by the universe, the law of attraction, my spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, and they come out at exactly the right time. The universe is very happy to speak in whatever language you want to speak in, and not just the original tarot. Just to let you know that I'm traveling at the moment. I'm abroad in Italy, so I'm just using what I've got. The table can wobble a little bit. It's more actually the camera that wobbles, but it's actually the message is more important than the aesthetics. So the question today is, you've split up. Sorry, I'm just going to concentrate on this. I just want to get the words right. You've split up. What does he want you to do, and what does he want you to do, like your next move, and how does he want you to feel? Does he want you to reach out? Does he want you to communicate? Does he want you to step away? Does he want you to walk away? Does he want you to feel sad? Does he want you to have a better life? Does he want you to move on? So these are the questions tonight. It's been a marathon weekend. There is a dog, the neighbour's dog, and he does like to join in sometimes. So listen to his bark if he's in agreement or not. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So just take a moment. I'll just hold that card up in case you can't see it. It's the wands flying through the air, which is rather beautiful. This is someone looking online, and this is the page. So we're really about, these top cards are about communication, but it doesn't mean the bottom cards are actually the same. This is going to be a very challenging read because I need to read the cards in a slightly different way. I've got to come in from what he wants you to do next, not what he's going to do next. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's move to pile 1. So you've split up. What does he want you to do next? Wow, God, I just love that. You know, I'd read tarot all day, all night if I could. What does he want you to do next? What does he want you to do next? What does he want you to do next? If you can just give me a moment, because I've got to kind of reverse the energy here a little bit, okay? I'm just tuning in, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, gosh, that was quite a challenge for me because I've just got to reverse this, okay. So, let's see. What does he want you to do? How does he want you to feel? Towards him. Okay, let's do these two. Let's go. Wow, this is quite challenging to read this way. Yeah, it's quite challenging. What he wants is for you to step forward and show him that you love him in some way, shape or form. Yeah. He wants you to make a move. Yes, okay, I've got it. I've got the energy now. Okay, he wants you to make a move in some way to indicate, sorry about the shadows, guys, it's late. Well, it's not late at night, it's what, about 9:30 here. He wants you to step forward and show him that you had feelings for him, that you were in love with him. He wants you to he wants you to soften up. He wants you to soften. He wants you to show that softer side of yourself. Okay? Can you see that she's wearing the Cupid's arrow around her neck, but she's got this sword. And the sword is on the outside now, and he wants you to put the sword on the outside so that he wants you to be open to him. He wants you to communicate with him. He wants you to communicate with him. So it's more running this way rather than this way, which is really interesting. He wants you to communicate with him in some way. And he wants that softer type of communication from you. And he definitely wants you to step forward, not away, because of this cup of love. He wants to know if you really felt this way about him, you know, if it was real. I think he's sort of thinking, you know, what was it real? He doesn't want you to have other options, okay? Because it's next to this cup of love, okay? He doesn't want you to have other options here. He wants you to show him that there are no other options other than him. He wants to know if you're having sleepless nights over the third party situation. Okay. He wants to know if you're worried about the split. I think he wants to know if you're as worried as he is about the split. There might even be a little bit of he hopes that you're worried about the split. I feel like with this card there is some sort of indiscretion with another woman. It's not gender specific, so change it up. And I think that he wants to know, he wants some indication whether there's some forgiveness there. Okay, whether you're over the sadness. I think he wants to know how much he's hurt you. You know, he's not sure at the moment how much he could have potentially hurt you in this situation. This third party situation might have been the cause of the split, or it might have been something where, yeah, like, I was going to say maybe it's something that was more personal in the bedroom, something like that. Maybe you had a third party come in on a sexual level. I'm not feeling so much with this, but I feel like there's a third party situation. And what he wants you to do is to show him in some way, give him some sign, some indication how much, you know, are you still hurt by this? Are you fazed by this? Are you over this situation? And it's quite interesting because we've got it's up here, we've got the two kings with this third party situation. Oh, that's really interesting. I think he's even wanting to know whether, yeah, I'm just getting this energy where he's not sure about how you feel about him. And I think he's kind of questioning, like, he had a third party situation. Did you? Did you have a backup plan? I think that's what he's really wondering here, because of these two kings. I don't feel that these two kings are just himself. I think, yeah, I think he's worried that you've got a backup plan. I think he's worried that you've got options here, which maybe he didn't think you had before. And I do see him here as the King of Wands, and he wants you to contact him, and he wants the contact quite quickly, actually. He wants the contact to come in quite quickly, and he wants to have some reassurance about this situation. He just doesn't know where you are. He doesn't know what your feelings are at the moment. So he's definitely wanting contact. Can you see here? I could even put that here. There's two swords here. This is communication. Okay. Yeah. And can you see how the cup, the love, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Can you see how this is the cup of love. This is when two lovers are together. And can you see how the third party is above this? And the tears. Yeah, and I think he wants to know, he wants to know how upset you are. Maybe he's hoping, in a weird way, maybe he's hoping you're really upset, because then, you know, he might feel more important if you are really upset. Yeah, he just wants to know if you're having sleepless nights. I think he wants to know. I feel like there's some ego here with the kings, okay? I think he wants to know, are you losing sleep over him, okay? But at the same time, maybe he's hoping that, yeah, he's hoping that maybe you're losing sleep over him, but at the same time, he's kind of worried that he's really upset you. Okay, let me just find out a little bit more. This is actually very curious reading it this way, because it's kind of like a reversal of energy. And normally the reading sort of goes across here, and it's kind of going the opposite direction, which I find fascinating. Okay, so tell me more about what he wants you to do and how he wants you to feel after this split. So there's definitely not like stay away from me at the moment. It's definitely more like he wants to know what's going on, especially with this cup of love. He wants to know what's going on with you. Okay. And he also wants to know, I'm just getting more, I think my guides are sort of saying to me, why are you reading it this way? You know, the messages are coming in slower. I think he wants to know about what decision have you made? What do you think about what was between you? You know, like, are you gonna step forward, or are you gonna step away? He wants you to step forward to this cup of love, but I think he thinks you might step away. I think I feel an energy of concern overall. I don't feel like a hardness. I don't feel like, okay, you know, I wish she'd go away. I don't feel that at all. Because there's like romance here. And there is this energy of please communicate here with the swords. And the blue is the chakra of communication. He's wanting you to speak to him. It's quite interesting, the blue here as well. I think oh, that's interesting. I think that he wants to look into your eyes. Okay, we're flowing now, guys. Sorry about the slowness of this. He wants to look into your eyes, and he wants to see how you really feel about him. And I almost feel like the last time you saw each other, he just couldn't read your eyes. You know, he just couldn't read what was going on behind your eyes, basically. I feel like you were quite stony with him the last time that you were together, yeah? I feel like you had a bit of a poker face on and he just couldn't read it. Okay, so we're flowing now. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Do you know, I was hoping this card would come out. I made this card this morning. I was hoping it was come out, and now it's come out. Wow. You know what he wants from you? He wants you to show him whether you really, really love him, and whether you would be willing to really commit to him. This card is the 10, which is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. It's the true celebration of love, and he wants to know if you feel this way about him. I think he also wants to know if there's a possibility of it getting to that stage. That's a very deep emotion. Can you see all the colours in the rainbow? So I'm going to hold it up again. I'm going to talk about this card a little bit if you don't mind. It's such a beautiful, beautiful card. So the 10 is the completion of a cycle, and in this scenario, it's a completion of one of the most happiest cycles, and the rainbow is all the colours of the chakra. And it means that there's an alignment between two people. So in the original tarot, it's two people in love, celebrating their love to the point of marriage, to be honest. And yeah, marriage is the inevitable end, or the beginning of this. It's the grand finale of the relationship, and then obviously starting your married life together. And if it's not marriage, it certainly would be that expression. It's quite funny. I've got to show you this. I actually drew this on the back of a chocolate packet, and I think the chocolate packet just sums it up, doesn't it? You know, it's the beautiful. When I think of chocolate, it's like how it melts in your mouth, how it's just so sensual, how it just feels so good. Yeah, I'm just sort of looking at that. And the green on the back of the card, I know I'm going a bit deep here, is actually the love. Believe it or not, love is actually the green chakra. And there's green here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is, wow, this is just so powerful. That's what he wants your next move to be. That's what he's hoping that you're feeling, is that he wants you to come forward and in some way show that this is a possibility. Wow, I'm stunned by that. I'm absolutely stunned by that. I just want to see if there's just a final card here. Just a final card. I think it's just said everything, to be honest. So he's not, what isn't in here, I think what's important is what isn't in here. He's not saying stay away from me. He's not saying I want to be alone. He's not saying I don't want you. He's not saying we can't work things out. It's the complete opposite, and I'm very, very surprised. He's actually thinking the opposite here. Yeah. What he wants is you to show him that you are willing to give and receive again. He's maybe wanting, rightly or wrongly, some physical gift from you. It doesn't mean a financial gift. It can be just like physically approaching him. And he's open to receive that, should you step forward. And he's open to mirroring that. Whatever you give, he's willing to receive, and he's willing to give back. And the Pentacles is about the physical world. So it means physical action. It can mean your physical body. Yes, it could mean speech, but I feel like it's something else. I feel like it's something else, that he wants you to physically give him something. Maybe it was something between the two of you that you've got currently that he should have, or it's his. Or he wants to see some physical, rightly or wrongly, he wants to see some physical, you coming forward with some sort of physical gift, which shows that you value him. Yeah, I think that's the answer. He wants to feel valued, that you appreciate what he has and who he is, which is quite interesting, actually. And he's feeling, he wants you to be generous with him. He wants you to be generous with him in the physical world, not just through your speech. He wants, right, why am I struggling with this? He wants you to do something. He wants you to take an action that is going to show him, rightly or wrongly, that you have feelings for him and that you're willing to do something for him, which is very interesting. He wants a sign from you that I think what he wants to do, I think it's easy if I say it the other way around. He wants to tell his friends or whatever it is, well, you never believe what she did. She came over and did this. I met her and she did this. She gave me this. She was very generous. She was, you know, she made me feel really good, you know, and he's ready to receive whatever it is, this thing that you're going to give him, that he hopes that you're going to give him. And he's just waiting to receive that. And then he's going to not literally give you whatever it is back, but he's energetically, he's going to give back to you. Okay? He wants that beautiful balance back. He wants you to allow the balance back into the relationship, which is quite interesting when you've got the 3 here. You've got the 2. This is actually a 6, but it looks like a 2, a 2, a 2. You've got a 3, a 3. This is actually a double 3. You've got 13, 13. You've got 12, which is the 2. Interesting. interesting. The reason I'm saying about the numbers is because 2s are about decisions, okay? And 2 is about balance, okay? And 3's about growth, either growth negatively or positively. You know, threesomes are negative growth. Stepping forward is a positive growth. 6s are 2 3s, which is positive growth. 9s potentially can be positive growth. It's 3 3s. I just want to just take a moment to see if I can see anything else here. What we don't have here is any major arcana. So what we're actually talking about is things that can happen in day-to-day life. They're not overarching sort of universal concepts or energies. It's just like, yeah, please step forward, show me your love, bring me a gift. I'd love you if you brought me a gift to show that you could be committed to me in some way. So this is very much of the physical world. These are things that you can accomplish and achieve in the physical world. They're not mystical in any way. You know, like if you have the energy of the hermit or something like that, we have an overriding energy of I want to be alone. You know, you can't come forward, but there's nothing like that. And then you just got this extraordinary, beautiful card, and he just wants you to show him and indicate to him if your love is at the same level as this, with potentially a full commitment, a full, beautiful, harmonious, loving commitment. Okay, guys, well, that was amazing actually to read in this different style with the different energy going in the different direction. Okay, it was an absolute pleasure to do that reading for you. I hope you got a lot from it. Please leave a comment. Okay, so this is for everybody that picked pile 2. So the question is, you're split up. What does he want you to do now? And how does he want you to feel? Does he want you to move forward? Does he want you to get out, you know, stay away from him? Does he want you to remove yourself from his life? You know, does he want you to be happy? You know, does he want a friendship? Does he want communication? Does he want an apology? This is the sort of thing that we're looking for. So let's have a look here. So what does he want from you? So we've got the 7 of Pentacles. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. We've got the Star card. We've got online dating. We've got the Hermit card. We've got crying. We've got celebration. We've got 2 cups. We've got the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. So let me just take a moment to actually just have a look at this and see what's going on, because it looks quite complicated. What does he want you to do, and how does he want you to feel? What does he want you to do, and how does he want you to feel? The reason why this is quite complex read is because I'm reading it in a kind of a reverse energy. What does he want you to do? Okay, right, this is going to be a much more instinctual reading. I'm going to have to rely heavily on my guides with this. I think what he wants you to do is, I sort of just get this feeling that he wants you to acknowledge that he put a lot into you. He invested a lot into you. I think this is what he's hoping that you're feeling, that you can feel this, that he put a lot into you. And I also sort of feel like he provided a lot for you. And I think that he wants or hopes that you're acknowledging that this was the case. And I feel like let's have a look here. Gosh, this is quite difficult. I feel like he wants you to give him, sorry, my guides are like, why are you reading this way? It's the opposite flow. I feel like he wants you to pour your goodness onto him. You know, this is a star card, okay? And this is a woman that is giving, and I feel like he wants to feel that, you know. I think that he would love you to step forward and show him that you would be ready to give something to him, you know. Let's just have a look here. These are two very different cards. I'm going to leave this one for a minute because we've actually got two online cards. I'm getting the feeling, let me just run with this. I'm getting the feeling that he would like to think that, or he's hoping that you're watching him online, okay? And that you're envious in some way. And I feel like he wants to be left alone at the moment, okay? I don't feel like he wants you to step forward at the moment. And I also sort of feel like he hopes that you're upset about the split. I feel like that's what he's hoping, or that's what you're going to communicate. These are the two communication cards here. So that's crying, and that's looking online, okay? And I feel like he's hoping that you're upset that you've split up. And I feel like he's hoping you're upset because he's removed himself, you know. And I feel like he would love to have some communication. I don't know if it's necessarily directly from you that he would like to have this communication, but I think he would like to kind of know to what level you're upset with him. I almost feel like it would give him a little bit of pleasure to know this. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit more here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting more, guys. I'm getting more. Let's just do it like this. Okay, so he's withdrawn himself. I don't feel he wants you to come forward because the horse is going in the opposite direction. Okay, cool, got it. So we've got 3 levels. Got it now, guys. We've got 3 levels to this. He hopes that you're jealous. He hopes that you're missing him. He's withdrawn himself, and he hopes that you're upset about him withdrawing himself. This bit in the middle is about the relationship that you had, and he hopes that you can see how much he invested in you and how much he provided for you. And I feel like he's quite angry about this. And I feel like he wants you to give him something back of yourself to him. He feels, I provided all this, you know, now you need to give me something back, even if he doesn't actually want you at this very moment in time. And I know that's painful. Okay, but let's just go through this reading because I feel it's quite complicated. What I feel with him is that I know this is about what does he want you to do and how does he want you to feel. I feel like he wants you to know that he's out having a good time, he's doing online, he's maybe got a lot of female interest and he's celebrating himself. You know, he's celebrating. And I feel like he wants you to know this, you know, that he's having a good time. This is a celebration card, lots of wands here. I feel like there's a lot of sexual activity here, and the horse is not looking into the reading, it's looking away from the reading. And I feel like there's no people in this, there's no people really in this card, there's no court cards. I can't see that at the moment that he's wanting you to come together, although you're here, but I feel like he feels that you were abundant and you should have poured more into the relationship. I feel like he feels he put everything into the relationship. That's not necessarily true, but that's how he's feeling. And I just feel like there's this quite cold and mean level at the top, this sort of potential of your relationship, and then this sort of partying at the bottom. But the very strange thing about this is that this card keeps coming out. I only drew this morning and it's come out all the time. This was sitting on the bottom of the pack here. And I really feel like there's a 10 and a 10 here. See if you get these 2 cards together. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups are the ultimate cards. This is true love union. This is marriage, stability, happy home, happy relationship, happy family, joy, rainbows, you name it. Stars, diamonds, euphoria, you know, it's the full thing. And I can't help but think that this is what he'd really love from you. I think what he'd really love is for you to convey that this is how you felt about him. I mean, this is such a powerful card. There's no more cups. It's the 10. You know, this is the 10. This is the 10. Okay. Let's just read a little bit more. I'm very curious about this reading. So it looks like he doesn't want you to step forward. I can't see any indication that he wants you to step forward. And I just want to know why. If he wants to know if you feel like this, why doesn't he want you to step forward? Maybe it's because he's just gone into party mode. You know, and this party mode isn't real. It's not, there's no depth of feeling here in this party mode. I just feel there's quite a coldness up here as well with the removal. Yeah, I don't feel like he wants you to speak to him, although it is the colour of communication. I just feel like he wants to hear it. He wants to hear that you feel that way about him. So the question was, what does he want you to do and how does he want you to feel? Yeah. I think he knows that on the surface you're a very beautiful woman. But I feel like he wants you to be a little bit fearful, actually. This is the Eight of Swords. This is the woman in fear. And she's unavailable sexually, actually. And I think that this is what he hopes you're feeling. And this is your actual action just now. Yeah, I feel like he, for whatever reason, maybe because he doesn't want anybody else to have you right now, okay? And this card can sometimes indicate an addiction. This Nine of Pentacles can sometimes indicate an addiction to a person. So either he's hoping that you're addicted to him in some way and you've made yourself unavailable. I think that's what he's hoping. It's very strange. It's very strange, very curious. So let's just, I still can't see that he wants you to come forward just now. And I'm sorry if that hurts you, but my advice is, if he doesn't want you to come forward, don't, you know, like, just don't, in this scenario, do nothing. Do nothing, say nothing. Don't do any social media posts. Don't speak through your friends. Don't speak through family connections. Don't give any indication of where you are just now. Because I don't feel like if you approached him and said this, yeah, like, you know, I'm totally in love with you, I don't think that it's gonna bring around a great outcome. I don't think it's gonna have any effect at the moment. Let's have a look. So I'm just gonna pick a card of advice. What advice can we give the Watcher, please? What advice can we give the Watcher? What advice can we give the Watcher? I feel like there's a lot of denial here. There's a desire for you to express yourself. He really wants you to, he really wants to know if you have this depth of feeling, but at the same time, I feel a lot of resentment and anger. What advice do we have for the Watcher, please? What advice do we have for the Watcher? What advice do we have for the Watcher? What advice do we have for the Watcher, please? What advice do we have for the Watcher, please? They're just waiting for the perfect card, so I'm just going to have to be a little bit more delicate. Oh, that's interesting. That came out in the last reading. This card is about giving and receiving. It's about generosity. Okay, got it. I've got it, guys. He wants you to show him some act of generosity. It doesn't mean like particularly communicating on a deep level. He just wants to see some act of generosity from you, rightly or wrongly, to heal whatever's gone on. And it doesn't mean that this was necessarily your fault. It could have been, you know, the split. But he wants to see you step forward with some sort of act of generosity. He wants to see a physical expression rather than a verbal expression. I don't think he's really interested in talking here. Oh yeah. Yeah, so he wants quite a lot, you know. He does want you to step forward. He wants you to show him an action about how you feel. I think he wants to, this was in the last card, but he wants to know that he's valued. He wants to know that his generosity has been acknowledged, and he wants generosity in return. And he wants to know if you feel this way, but he wants it through an act of something you're going to do rather than sitting down and having a chat, basically. And I'm just going to ask a question for you. If she does this, if she does express it in some way, I don't think he's wanting a text or anything like that. I don't think he's wanting a long text about how much you worship him. I think he wants an indication of the possibility. And if she does that, then what? Will things change? Will things change? Let's just see if anything's going to change. If you do this physical act of stepping forward in some way and doing something where you're giving him a physical gift of some kind. I don't mean that you're going to go up to his door with a parcel, you know, wrapped in a bow. I feel like it's more like some sort of acknowledgement in some way. He needs some sort of acknowledgement. If you do this, then I feel like the communication is going to start opening up, that he'll swiftly start communicating again, and he will show you his desire for you, albeit very small communication. I'm really feeling for you. I really do feel like this is a stuck situation. I really do feel like this is a stuck situation. I just want to know about this bottom section as well. I am taking a little bit more time with this because it's so curious. Yeah, there's just like a lot of sexual energy down here. You know, there's just like a lot of sexual energy down here. And I don't like it. My feeling is I just don't like this sort of playboy thing. And is this, I'm just going to ask, is this going to go on for a while? I'm just going to ask on your behalf. Yeah, I think he's planning that this is going to happen for a while, I'm afraid to say. I feel a little bit flat and a little bit numb with this, to be honest. because it has this beautiful... Let me ask about this. Why does he want that if he's planning to do that? That's what I want to know. Why does he want this? I feel like it's just saying he wants this from you. He wants this to know this from you. And he wants you to feel this way about him, because there's just this sort of egoic, sort of masculine ego behind it. I just want to... Are there any true feelings here at all with this? Are there any true feelings with this? Because it's such a powerful card in the pack. And I'm sorry if this isn't the reading you were hoping for, but it is better to know, isn't it? It is better to know. It's very complicated here as well. It's very complicated. Let's have a look. Are there any true feelings here? Let's have a look. Stay with me, guys. You know, even if the readings aren't, you know, joy, joy, happy, joy, are there any true feelings here? Well, weirdly, this is a card of marriage. Okay, it's got a couple of meanings. It's a card of marriage. It's a card of different cultures. It's a card of following certain traditions. I just want to elaborate on this. I feel very confused about these actions here. So is this a marriage? Is this a reaction to really deep feelings? No. This is... I feel like it's options. I feel like this man has options. I'm very confused. I'm sorry I'm confused. I'm very confused by this. I just feel like he wants you to... I just feel like he wants you to be upset. He wants you to be jealous. He wants you to step forward with something that shows that he's being acknowledged. He wants you to have a depth of feeling. He wants you to give something back to him in terms of your emotions, maybe physically as well. He wants you... It's not that he wants you to be unhappy. He's hoping that you're upset about the situation. I just feel like he wants you to be unavailable. It's not that he doesn't care if you're with someone else or not. He's hoping that you're in some sort of addiction with him. He's hoping that you have these really strong feelings for him. And then down at the bottom, there's just like this player at the bottom. This is all player cards. And if you did step forward, he would give you some communication. He does have some desire. So I think the question is, what's the time now? Oh my God, it's nearly an hour. I think the question is, these are like pain cards. These are like pain ego cards. This is player cards, right? This is a player. This is player energy. This is small amounts of communication. This is like pain cards. This is like, I hope you're upset card. This is like, give me something. I just feel like this is give me something cards, you know? Give something to me. That's how it's reading. I think the question is this going to blow over? And if it is, what's the outcome? You know, is it like going your separate ways? Is there a possibility of friendship? Or is there a possibility of reconciliation, of getting things back on track? I think that's what we need to know. He wants you to give to him. He doesn't want to give to you. Oh, interesting. So thank you for staying with me. I hope that you've had a cup of tea in the middle of this. If I knew it was going to take so long, I would have asked. You know, now it's taken a different twist. Okay, now it's saying there was real love and there's a desire for reconciliation here. Real nostalgia. Sorry, I'm just taking a few moments with this. I'm really feeling like a bit peed off, right? I'm really feeling a bit peed off about this situation. I'm feeling like, I feel like there is love there. I feel like there's just indications of love. Love, 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 love. This is quite loving, okay? This is not so. Right, so there just does seem to be this energy, but I feel like he wants you to give to him. There is a little bit like, yeah, I'll give back to you. There's a little bit I'll give back to you, but I just feel like he wants you to give to him. He wants you to feel the nostalgia, okay? He wants you to offer the cup of love. He wants you to initiate the reconciliation. This is a beautiful card, the Six of Cups. I mean, it's like, it sits under the Lovers, Major Arcana, but I just feel like he's not budging, and he's just going to hold his position. He's got secrets, he's got stuff going on he doesn't want to share with you, he doesn't want to tell you, and he's just going to hold his position. He's just going to defend his position for a while longer, which I just feel is in the player. Let's put it in the player pool. Okay. Can you tell me about this Hierophant card, please? Can you tell me about this Hierophant card? And then I think we're going to have to finish, because I get worried if it goes on for too long, the recording. Tell me about the Hierophant card, please. What are you trying to tell us with this? Is this about traditions? Is it about you know, differences in your cultures? Is it about marriage? What is it? Let's just get a final. I just feel like with this card, there's something about maybe you've got different cultures, maybe you've got different traditions, that he's maybe quite traditional and observes traditions, and it's causing a storm. It causes problems between you. It causes problems between you. The storm doesn't, the storminess of the relationship doesn't last long, but it does have an influence between you. That's funny, that's the sun. That's the sun. Okay, so I'm going to summarise because I feel like I could sit here all night. What I feel with this relationship is there is a sense of ego. He's withdrawn himself. I feel like he hopes you're upset. Maybe he's upset himself. He wants to make sure that he would like it if you're not available to other people. I think he fully intends to enjoy himself for a while. I feel he's looking to do it for the future for a while, unfortunately. And there's this online stuff going on, there's secrets going on, he's defending his position. He wants to just enjoy himself, and he's creating options for himself. But with you, there was this beautiful potential here. I mean, really beautiful. You can see all the colours, can't you? It's just bright sunshine and happiness and stuff like that. And I just feel like he's not prepared to go back into this unless you put the effort in, to be honest. And I feel like he just, whether it's his traditions, the way that he's been brought up, the way that he operates in life, that he feels like he's invested a lot with you and he didn't get back what he wanted, and that's why he wants you to come forward and make an effort towards him. He wants you to step forward as something physical, some sort of action to show him that you value him. And there's just something here about the way that he operates in his life that just keeps causing stormy eruptions between you both. They pass fairly quickly, I mean, sometimes really quickly, but there's always like a little bit of tension here. So I think at the moment we'll leave it there, okay? Take from it what you can, all right? And I've put a list of 2 relationship coaches. One is quite hippie, manifesting, which is really beautiful about raising your vibration. And the other one is dealing with really, it's called men's power games, you know, that men play very naturally. You can get kind of caught up in it a little bit. So I'm sorry if it's not the reading that you wanted, but at least you can see what the tarot cards are trying to tell you. And I wouldn't break your heart over this person, okay? Definitely don't break your heart. I feel like the carrot's been dangled a bit, but he's not stepping forward at the moment. He wants you to step forward, but it doesn't mean you have to, okay? So tread with caution and do take care of yourself. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is for those that picked pile number 3. And the question is, we've split up. What does he want me to do, and how does he want me to feel about this? So, you know, does he want an apology? Does he want you to step away? Does he want you to move on with your life and be happy? Does he want to communicate? Or just, you know, does he just want, you know, no contact? Although I think that's unlikely with this top card, which is swift communication. So let's have a look what's going on here. So what does he want from you? Oh my goodness, this is almost identical to the reading that I had in the previous one called What Does He Want From You? Wow, wow. Oh, not again. I'm like, not again. Okay, so this had a very similar element. So what does he want? What does he want from you? What does he want you to do? And this is a much lighter reading in some ways, and the other reading 2 was quite heavy. So what does he want you to do, and how does he want you to feel? What he wants you to do is step forward and show your cup of love to him. And he wants you to touch him, which I think is almost a relief after the last reading. Yeah, so yeah, he wants you to touch him, right? This is a feather. He just wants that beautiful softness. He wants you to step forward, right? And what he wants you to do is reset. You can't really see that. It's the Fool card. I have to redraw that. Can you see the sunshine? A person happily, merrily going on their way. Okay, and it's reset to 0. Can you see the 0? What he wants you to do is just like reset everything to 0, start again. And he wants you to come forward to him with a freshness. Okay, and he wants you to come forward to him without, you know, really talking a lot about what's happened and all this sort of thing, right? He doesn't want that. And he wants to put, right, he doesn't want to discuss this third party situation. Either you're the third party person, or he's been in a third party situation, right? He doesn't want to discuss that. Okay, he just wants you to move forward towards him and just put this to the side. I also feel like if you are the third party person, that he wants to reignite this third party because of the pink. All right, and he wants to enjoy this sort of secret sex again with you, okay, which is the root chakra. So a lot of pink in this reading. So there is romance here. It's not the ideal situation, okay? So either he wants to have the secret sex with you, or he just wants to put that aside and he doesn't want to discuss that. You know, that's past. Okay, whether you physically done it, whether he physically done it, whether he just desired it, whether you physically did it together, whether you just desired it with each other, or whether he desired it with someone else or physically did it with someone else. He just wants to put that to the side and he just wants a really fresh start. And this little person, which I know that you can't see, is actually dancing towards this touch card. Right, that's what he wants you to do. I think he also wants you to remember his touch as well. He's really hoping that you're remembering his touch, and he wants some swift communication from you, right? He wants some swift and positive communication. This is the chakra of speaking, communication. And he's feeling very passionate. You see all those wands? He's feeling really passionate towards you. and he's hoping that you're feeling really passionate towards him. And what he wants is, there was a location, a building, a place where you guys used to be or used to meet up a lot, okay? And he wants or hopes that you want to go back to that place. Somewhere where you both love, somewhere where you were intimate, somewhere where you could enjoy each other, somewhere where you had passion. So it could be anywhere, you know, it could be a beach, it could be a park, it could be a hotel, a restaurant, you know, it could be someone, it could be a home, it could be a workplace, you know, it can be many places. Traditionally, it's actually a home, a domestic setup. And he wants to get back to that point where he's celebrating your union and, you know, like with friends and stuff like that. And if you weren't in a situation where you were expressing yourself with friends, or you didn't have a big group of friends between you, then it's certainly a situation where you would have been telling your friends and he would have been telling his friends about you and about the situation. And what he really wants is this wonderful opportunity which has some material. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It's when the universe comes in and there's some sort of abundance comes in to you both, into the situation, and it allows things to move forward. And that's what he really wants you to do. He wants you to step forward with him. Yeah, I think that he wants you to lower you're being very protective, and he wants to you to lower your boundaries, and he wants you to, you know, think about having another go with him. And I can't help but see the Nine of Wands here, which I just feel is like a lot of passion again, because it's under the secret sex card. So, apart from this third party situation, it's very clear that he's open to receiving you to come forward. I mean, he might come forward himself. You're not going to be rejected if you come forward. So I just want to find out a little bit more. I just want to find out. Yeah, I mean, he's like, let's have a look here. I feel like, yeah, I feel like he's saying, if you come forward, I'm not going to block you. If you're going to communicate with me, I'm not going to block you. Yeah, I feel like he's saying, you know, you can come forward. I'm not going to block. You may feel like he's going to block you or something like that, or not receive your communication, but he's saying, no, I'm not, you know, don't worry about that. I'm not going to do that. I just want to see what this third party situation is. What all my readings have got third party situations. It's so bizarre. Yeah, look, he's saying, look, he's got some addictions. Who doesn't? Maybe sexual addictions and stuff like that. And he kind of enjoys his sex life. And I'm feeling here, he's kind of saying, look, I've got responsibilities here. I want us to go to calmer waters. So let me just say it from what he wants from you. He wants to feel some acceptance from you about his sexual desires. He wants to feel that acceptance. Maybe it's something you accepted in the past about the third party situation. Yeah, he wants to feel some acceptance. He doesn't want you to give him a hard time. And he wants you to accept that he does want to move to calmer waters, but I think he also wants you to accept that he has responsibilities. So it should really be more like this. He has responsibilities that he can't walk away from. That's what I'm feeling. And he wants you to accept that. Let's have a look. Is there anything else? Yeah, so he wants you to know that he has some heavy burdens in his life. Okay. He wants you to be open to these heavy burdens. That's what he wants from you. Maybe he wants you to ease some of these heavy burdens in his life. I think he's sort of saying, look, I've got enough heavy burdens. You know, I just want this gentle touch. I just want this Page of Cups. I want this celebration. I want this fresh start. I've got enough going on in my life already. I think he's sort of saying, come on, you know, like, let's just move forward with this. There is some sort of aspect with this card about like a new location, a small location, just a small, like to a different town or something like that. I just wanted to put that in there. So let's just going to see what happens here. So I just want to check if this third party situation is ever gonna, yeah, there's just this like nice desire. He just wants you to know, he just wants you to come forward to reconcile, and he wants you to enable some balance. This is justice. This is when the universe brings balance back into your lives. You see right in the middle of the 4 here. We've got story of 2 halves here. Okay, I just want to see if this third party situation is going to ever finish. Is it ever going to finish? Has it finished? Remember, it's not going to resonate with everybody, because this third party situation could be like, some of you, it could be a man that, you know, has just had sexual addiction. Some of you, it could be a man that's got responsibilities and burdens. You know, some of you, it might be just, you know, illicit sex, you know, yeah, okay, cheating and stuff like that, you know, like throwing caution to the wind, that sort of thing, you know, taking opportunities. So it's not the same for everybody. So what I want to know is, will the third party, yeah, for some of you, there's going to be a movement out of this third party situation into a more successful situation, you know. Yeah, a really nice movement. And remember I said about a small relocation there. There's like this nice movement forward. For some of you, let's just see the person with the responsibilities. Is the third party going to stop? I feel like this person could be married. It's not all of you. Okay, so is it... Whoa, is it going to stop? Oh my God. Wow. I don't feel it. I feel like that with the person that's married, it's not going to stop. You know, you could be facing a lot of tower moments. because of this situation, just with this person. This here, this might have been just like a flirty type of sexual thing going on, and it's all finished and done with. This card is coming out again and again and again. In the upright position, it's like the full 10 of commitment. Oh, this is quite interesting. All right, what I'm feeling with this is, for some of you, you're going to get the full 10. The rainbow, the full commitment. Over here, for some of you, you're going to get the full commitment. Okay, it's such a beautiful card. It just keeps coming out on every reading now. It's so bizarre. I just painted it or drew it this morning. It's such a... There are no more cups than 10. 10 is the fullest. Okay. But in the marriage situation, as much as he maybe wants to give you this, he's not going to be able to give you this. If the third party situation is a marriage, I don't feel he's ever going to leave her and you know, switch it up gender wise. Although he maybe would really love to give you that, he's not going to be able to. But on this side, I feel like, yeah, there's just like oodles of potential here. Oodles of potential to actually finally have a beautiful commitment here, which is lovely. So the message here is, just so that we can reiterate here, let's do it like this. The message here is, just to summarize, what he wants from you. He wants your touch. He wants you to move forward in a very new and fresh way. He wants you to offer him the cup of love. He wants you to message him with that. He wants to get back to whatever sort of domestic situation or where you used to meet up, whether it was work, hotel, restaurants, beach, wherever it was. He wants to get back into that. He wants you to message him fairly quickly. He's going to be very open to your messages. He would love to maybe potentially have this scenario with you, which is the full 10. He wants the universe to bring in some sort of abundant opportunity to get things back on track. And he wants you to, he's feeling very lustful, and he wants you to want to start again. The third party situation that maybe he had, he just wants you to forget about it and it's over, and you can move forward successfully and have a reconciliation. With the married man, unfortunately, as much as he would love to give you that, he's not going to be in a position to give you that. He still wants this, but it can lead, you know, to lots of tower moments. And yeah, maybe, you know, you've had some, maybe you are the third party person and you've had this secret sex and that sort of illicit, torrid affair going on. And if that's the case, you know, he wants to have that back, and that's your decision if you want to go back into that. So this reading has got many parts to it. Okay. So yeah, some of you are going to have a real chance of a real beautiful ending here, and some of you have a chance of continuing in a third party situation where you're obviously going to get tower moments, and which can be heartbreaking, but the emphasis behind it is this, and just unable to give you that. Okay. All right. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. What he wanted, what he wants from you, what he wants you to feel. That's for reading 3. So thank you very much. And I wish you all the very best of luck in making your decision. Okay, and ciao from Italy. Ciao, ciao. Whoops.